Hi there, James Starring from Fit to Last Personal Training. Hope you're well. This is the first installment of New Discoveries. The whole idea behind this is that as we're looking around, we find new and interesting ingredients and we combine them with other homemade stuff to make great food. Today we're making fettuccine that is composed of edamame and mung beans. Interesting combination, but a great source of fiber. We're going to combine that with homemade pesto and prawns. All set? Let's cook. So here are the ingredients for this dish. Again, we're going to start off with the fettuccine composed of edamame and mung beans. There'll be a proper photo of that later on. Handful of basil, handful of parsley, 1 clove of garlic, 3 tablespoons of pine nuts, 30 grams of parmesan. This is how we're going to make the pesto, along with 2 tablespoons of olive oil and lemon juice. All that with lovely bunch of prawns as well. All set, let's make this thing. Okay, so I put the pasta on to boil for 10 minutes, and now what I'll be doing is making the pesto. So we start off by adding in the basil. Now once again, hugely scientific recipe to stuff a bunch of stuff into a blender and then wazzy woo away. So add the parsley, add the garlic, add the pine nuts, all the pine nuts, add the parmesan, add the lemon juice, and then add about 2 tablespoons of the olive oil. Put it in there, let it fly. Okay, we blended that for just a couple of minutes. That's what it looks like when it's done. All nice and blended up. I'm going to give that a quick taste. Stellar. Very, very nice. Dead easy too. So the next task at hand is to make the prawns. So what we're going to do is cook the prawns, sorry. So put the hob on, add our good friend a little bit of coconut oil, about a teaspoon. Just let that melt and coat the bottom of the pan. With this dish we used olive oil for the pesto because we wanted something to liquefy the different ingredients, whereas for the purpose of cooking on the hob we'll always try to use coconut oil because as we know it's a much more efficient fat to cook with. So just let it cook along like that. The pasta's coming along nicely. Looking lovely. Okay, the pan's coated at the bottom, so now what we're going to do is add in the prawns. Again, it won't take much to cook these bad boys up. It's about 2 minutes on each side. And all you're looking for, make sure they're pink all the way through. And once they're cooked, what we'll do is we'll take them off the heat, put the pasta into the pan, just to heat it through, then combine the ingredients. Okay, so the prawns have been on for a couple minutes. Nice and pink. We're going to take those bad boys off. Just to the side for now. So, now what we're going to do is going to take the pesto. Now one thing that I've noticed is that with the pasta cooked a lot faster than I thought. It actually cooked in about 5 minutes. So what you want to do when you're making the edamame pasta is you want to make sure that you're tasting it every couple of minutes because you don't want to get too mushy. Again, still a great source of fiber. The fiber is what gives its consistency instead of the flour, but don't overcook it. So give it about 5 minutes and be ready to go. Alrighty. So, just going to heat through the pesto. Then add the pasta. Now be mindful that in terms of this that package, I put the whole package in. It will make 4 portions. So the idea is I'll have 2 tonight and then 2 tomorrow. All right. And then the prawns, and then stir it all through. And even though you put the pasta in the bottom of the pan, you want to make sure you're stirring so the pasta does not stick to the bottom of the pan. You just want to make sure all the flavors are combined. Make sure everything's nice and warm. Oh yes, good thing indeed. Just a couple minutes to do that, and then you're ready to go. Okay, so the pasta's been on the heat for a couple minutes. It's all warmed right through. A handful of rocket on each plate. And all there's left to do is divvy this up. Slotted spoon for that. It's a very green plate. Feel free to add tomato to give it a bit of color. Alrighty. Prawn on top of each, couple of prawns on each one for a garnish. And there you have it. Edamame and mung bean fettuccine with homemade pesto and prawns. James a fit to last? Dive in, fine people.